everyone, and welcome to angelstalk.com. I'm here with Jo McCallie, and we are here to talk to you about the angels. Mary Jo is an angel therapy practitioner, and I'm here to ask her all the kind of questions that you would want to know. And she's going to talk about her background, the classes she's offering, and a lot more things. So stay with us. How you doing, MJ?
I'm fabulous.
And how are the angels today?
That's why I'm fabulous. Angels have definitely been with me all day. I am of the flow. Today's been an excellent day, so I'm very grateful. Thank you, guys.
So, Mary Jo, tell us about your background and how did you get to be an angel therapy practitioner?
An angel therapy practitioner. That's somebody, the only person that can say that they are an angel therapy practitioner is somebody who has been worked with and certified by Doreen Virtue, who was originally a therapist herself, and then she started working with angels, and she realized her therapy sessions went much faster.
Mm-hmm.
And she is now what I consider the grande dame of angels. She's
Yes.
written probably 25 books and
Mm-hmm.
has helped thousands of people all over the world. I was certified by Doreen, both in angel therapy and as a medium. That was a separate class, and that was 8-9 years ago. So that's how I became an angel therapy practitioner.
And how's your life changed since you've been working with the angels? Yeah.
It's amazing because I've been intuitive since I was a child. Let me go back, I'm going to backtrack a little bit. Being intuitive as a kid, it was not okay when I grew up to be that way. I was in the middle of 8 kids in a very strict German Catholic family, and seeing and hearing things. I mentioned it on a couple of occasions and they just thought I was crazy and they made fun of me. And then finally I can remember at about 8 years old, I just made fist of my hands and put them down. I said, "Stop this, I don't want it anymore."
Mm-hmm.
And it did stop until I was a teenager. And then through teenage angst, I was not a very happy teenager. So I got riled into a group of people that were not what I call dark energy.
Mm-hmm.
And did a very slow back away from, that's a whole story in and of itself sometime. But that was backed away from that and really stayed away from it. Had the turbulent 20s after that. And that's a whole nother story.
I bet.
And then when I was about 30 is when I actually started going on a spiritual quest, not a religious quest, because angels aren't religious. They don't care what religion you belong to. They're in every religion.
That's good to know because, you know, people that are in the Catholic religion, you hear about Archangel Michael or Saint Michael,
Right.
And you've heard in the Christian religion,
Gabriel,
you know, so all of those things. And now you're saying that angels don't belong to any specific religion. Therefore, what's the purpose of angels?
Okay. They're here to help us. It's particularly archangels and your guardian angels are strictly created by Source, who I happen to call God, Prime Source. They're created energies to help humans. We just have to ask. And when I was trained when I was very young was that angels were out there someplace and I was down here and they were just sort of looking down at me going, "Oh, you stupid little girl." And that's not the way it is. If the more times you connect to them, the thinner the veil gets and the more you can really get information. I mean, it's not like they can pick up a phone and say, "Hey, what's happening?" But they will get the information to you that you need to make your whole life work better, which is why I work with angels and why I help other people to make contact with the angels, because your entire life gets easier and more fun and easier and more joyous and easier, yes.
And that's one of the things I wanted to ask you about, Mary Jo, is that you have had the angels in your life for quite some time, and I understand that you do classes, but before we do to the classes, talk about the classes, I know that you spent some time in South America with the shamans. Can we talk about that? I always thought that shamanism was something totally separate and secret, and you've worked with the shamans and you've worked with the angels. How do you combine those two?
How do you combine the two? Very well, thank you. I worked with shamans in the year 2000. I had the opportunity to go down to South America and work in both the Amazon and in the Andes with different shamans. It was a life-changing opportunity. Shamans are all over the world. They are the healers of their tribe. They can heal emotionally, physically, spiritually. And they're in every part of the world. You have, you know, Celtic shamans and Russian shamans and Chinese shamans. They're everywhere.
So what attracted you to pursue that?
Pursue that
Mhm.
because I was already on my spiritual quest. And when I realized that there are people, that indigenous tribes that really have this connection, particularly for healing. Now, I came from a Western medical background. My father was an MD, and I understood that part, but I knew there was a whole lot of healing that is available to us, and shamans were doing it. I wanted to find out more about how shamans are doing healing.
I see. A more natural, maybe spiritual approach to,
Exactly.
As opposed to the scientific thing that we do
Exactly.
in the modern
Yeah.
medicine. So you already had that background, and then something was happening to you as a small child, and you knew you still had that ability, so you
Yes.
wanted to pursue more of that.
Right.
So when you went down to South America, what did you find out?
It was life-changing. I had spent a while in the Amazon and worked with shamans there, and then I went up to the Andes, and I'm noticing that these two shamans that are thousands of miles apart, there are no telephones anywhere, they're doing rituals, because shamans do rituals. That's one of the things that they do. They do a lot of rituals. They work with herbs and all that too, but they do a lot of rituals in their process of bringing the healing to their people. They're doing things that are so similar, they're almost verbatim what the other one is doing. I said, how do you do this? So I, through an interpreter, I asked the shaman, I said, how is it that you're doing the same thing as this shaman in the Andes, in the Amazon, who you've never met? And he said back through the interpreter, you're a shaman also, you should know this. And when the interpreter said that, I just kind of rolled my eyes and my head went back. He goes, don't roll your eyes at him. I have never heard him tell anybody that they were a shaman.
What were you thinking at that moment?
I was like, a shaman's telling me I'm a shaman? It was just overwhelming.
I bet it was.
Overwhelming for me to hear that. And then to have this guy saying, hey, don't roll your eyes. I say, tell him I'm not making fun of him. I'm just overwhelmed by hearing that. And he says I'm supposed to know why they do it pretty much the same, and I went, oh, because they're tapped into the same energy. They're both tapped into his energy, and the shaman didn't need to have that interpreted. He just looked at me and went, yeah, you got
So
it.
you got it right then. I think you trusted.
Yes.
It's like, at first it was like, okay, I'm overwhelmed with this, but I'm gonna trust.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with this. And answer my own question because you already know. And I think maybe that was your confirmation?
Yes, that was part, yes.
Yeah.
And he also told me later that the reason I have been incarnated on this planet at this time was to bring this knowledge and this way of bringing true joy into life, to bring this to the Western civilization masses, to let people know that, no, you're not crazy if you're hearing things or seeing things, you see triple numbers or feathers around. Yes, all of a sudden it's happening for everybody, you're opening up.
So that's how you were combining shamanism with the angels.
Yeah.
And I love that you said that you're bringing pure joy to the masses,
Yeah.
because you said it makes your life easier.
Yes, and that's it.
Easier.
Easier, life gets easier, and there's a difference between happiness and joy.
Mhm.
For me, when someone says they are happy, that's usually dependent upon outside forces.
Mhm.
Joy is something that you feel inside,
Yes.
regardless of what's going on out here.
And the angels can help you with that?
And the angels help everybody with that. All you need to do is ask and trust. Ask, believe, receive.
Ask, believe, receive. I love that.
It truly is that, it is that easy.
So how do you help other people? What do you do? I know that you do classes. Can you tell me more about that?
Okay. I have a Monday night class here in Tampa, Florida, and I'd always wished when I was first opening up and learning how to make this contact, I wished I had had a group that I could go to that is so uplifting, supportive for both newbies and people that have been doing it forever, and to stay in contact and to practice, because that's the way you get better at this, is to practice doing it. And if you do it in a supportive group where you've got all of these people with this like energy, the energy that is raised in that room every Monday night is amazing.
So you're saying do it, what's it?
Okay, good question. I start off with introduction of everybody so they can connect, that helps connect their energy. Just saying your name and introducing yourself helps connect energy because we're all one. We are all part of God, and that helps connect our energy. And after the introductions, I share a guided visualization or a guided meditation where I take you on a little trip in your mind, and you can go different, it's different every week. You can get information about your spiritual progress, what you want to do, and many times, most every time, you also get the opportunity to ask questions about your life. What is it I'm supposed to do now? Where do I go yet? Am I on the right path?
You the questions?
You get to do that while you are in your visualization. You get to ask the questions
Oh,
and you
okay.
get the answers.
So who would I be asking the questions to?
Whichever angels came into you that night.
So they would just show up in my visualization?
Uh-huh, yes they do. I many times will have one or two that are definitely there. I will call in Archangel Michael and Raphael perhaps, but there will always be other angels there too. But if I'm calling in Archangel Michael, you can ask him anything because he's the head of all of them. And
Can
he
anybody
answers.
do this? Can anybody go and see and talk to their angels?
With practice, yes, with practice. And with trust. It happens with the amount that you trust it. Angels are there for everybody regardless of your religion, because they are in every religion. Regardless, if you don't belong to any religion, that's not of interest to them. All religions are man-made. They work for Prime Source, they work for God. They're here to help everybody, but by universal law, they can only help when you ask.
Okay.
So if you ask, they're here, and the more you ask and the more you get used to it, the easier it is that the veil gets thinner and thinner between you and them. And it's so much easier just to get your answers. I got all kind of answers I was doing banking right before I got here, which you didn't know.
I didn't know.
And I had 20 minutes and had all this stuff to do. And I was like, okay, should I still do this? And they said, yes. Pulled in, and on my clock on my car said 11:11. Well,
There you
I
go.
know, triple numbers, quadruple numbers. Okay, I'm here. What I got done in 20 minutes was unbelievable. I added up one total of checks, came up to 333. Okay, I'm still in the right place. Okay, so you just get
Yes.
the confirmation, and you know that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing at that time.
Mhm. So you teach others how to do
do
that?
the same
So
thing.
the Monday night classes, and is there other ways that you get the information out to people and to teach them how to commune or
Yeah.
converse with the angels or talk to the angels?
Every month I have a Saturday class. Sometimes it's a half day, sometimes it's a full day. And they vary from month to month. But when you spend a whole day with the angels, what you can walk away with is amazing. Those can be life altering. And those are, like I said, those change from month to month. And then they work up to something I've just started called becoming a certified angel intuitive practitioner. You put on your CAIP, put on your cape. You don't have wings, but you can put on your cape.
Uh-huh.
And if you make it to the putting on your cape, you really have made the total connection with angels, because they can help you with everything, not just from decisions, they can help with healing. All types, be it medical, and it works with everything. I have a number of different modalities in healing that I use when I do healings, with energy healings with folks. But whatever energy healing you use, be it Theta, Reiki, healing touch, etc. There's so many different ones. EFT, call in the angels first.
The angels to help.
If you call in first, it will magnify
Yes.
the efficiency of it and the ability of it just to totally change. And the angels, that's one of the things they do. They help with healings that I also, like I said, I am very fortunate. I give healings, and I also work with another gentleman that does healings, and we do them together. That's more like 1 + 1 = 5 when we get together and do healings.
So you have synergy there, and it's amplified. And
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
so also I know that you do readings and mediumship, and you said that through Doreen that you are a certified angel practitioner, but you're also a certified medium.
Correct.
Do that. What is that?
What's the
What does that
difference?
mean? What's the difference?
That's a really good question. Okay, everything is energy. Angels are an energy, past loved ones are an energy.
Mhm.
To be a certified medium, mediumship, and to put it very bluntly, is talking to dead people. Some people like,
Just dead people.
yeah, just
Go
talking to
ahead.
dead people.
Okay.
Which is really wonderful is the fact that I absolutely am positive of that there is an afterlife. There's like absolutely no question for me because I have connected with so many people over there. But some people do strictly mediumship, and I bless them and they help people with that. For me, that is just a side. They often will jump in at the beginning of my sessions when I'm saying my prayers as we're getting ready to do a reading. But I work with angels, and angel therapy, it's not angels and mediumship are two different types. It's also not fortune telling. I don't take out a crystal ball and make potions and stuff. That's not
Sure.
what I do. When I connect with angels, angels will give you guidance of what is the best path to take for your life so that you can get happier and you can do things. Even and if they have messages to give you that are tough, they always do it in such a sweet and gentle way. But I can help people initially find out if you're struggling with finances or career or relationships or home life or anything you can think of. The angels are there to help you with everything. You just have to ask for their help and boom, they jump in.
So it's not fortune telling.
It's not fortune telling.
If you do this, then this mysterious thing is going to happen to you. The angels are there to assist and help you and
Yeah, and then one of the things
make
that I
the
tell
best
people, it's
decision for you.
very, very clear with me, if I would ever not be in integrity with what I do, I honor them so much that they honor me by allowing me to be a conduit for healing, and they allow me to be a conduit for getting information. If I ever decided I was going to lie to somebody because I knew what they wanted me to say, they would cut me off like that.
You just
I wouldn't be
get
able to get
information.
anything. So the fact is I oftentimes know what somebody wants me to say. That doesn't mean that you're going to get the answer that you want when you're asking the questions. But that'll be kind about it.
So Mary Jo, when you're doing your readings and connecting with the angels, can you do it over the phone, or do people need to be sitting right here in
Yeah.
front of you? Is it the same?
Same. For me, it's the same because it doesn't make any difference about distance or time or anything like that. For many people, they like to be next to me because being in the energy, it's more comfortable for them.
Yes.
That's fine. I'm fine with that if they want to come. But yes, I have given readings and healings because with all of my readings now, also they have morphed. The angels have morphed my readings into readings plus many healings. And I can even do those on the phone or on Skype. And I've done those all over the world. I had somebody contact me from the Middle East at one point, and it was bizarre how he found me, but he did. He was originally from Germany, and he was a contractor in the Middle East. And yes,
You're international.
I am international.
International because the angels are
Exactly,
worldwide.
because they
Yes.
are worldwide.
Yeah, so they
So,
connect
yes.
you with the people that need you. And speaking of worldwide, the online classes, you were talking about.
Yeah,
Having
I'm
those
just
classes.
beginning online classes. And getting all the technical things ready. If they're not up right now, they will be shortly. And it is an opportunity for people to get the information and get the opportunity that my people in my class have. Now, to learn all the things. Now, I will say that is it exactly the same as showing up in one of my classes? If you're brand new to this, no, it's not. Because you can't tap into the energy the same way. When we get 10 people or 20 people in my room, the energy is
so
just incredible.
It's just really big. I've
You've been
in
there.
classes and I've felt the energy, and it's amazing and beautiful.
Yeah.
And it can be overwhelming, but in a good way.
Yes.
Mhm.
It can be, again, life-changing. So am I saying that you will get that kind of experience online? Not if you're brand new. If you're somebody that's been doing this for a while, yes, you can
So
tap into that
the
energy.
Yes.
But is it a fabulous way to get yourself going into that realm? Yes.
So those
it
are
is.
the classes. What about, those are the online classes that you're gonna start.
Mm.
What about the weekly classes? Are you doing those online?
The weekly classes I'm not doing online. We started a teleclass for a while, and we may re-up that momentarily, but it just got to be, again, there was technical issues. I had trouble with tapping into my computer to do all of it, and
Well, I guess we're gonna have to call in the angels to
Again.
help you do that.
exactly.
Help you
Well,
with
I've
them.
taken care of some of those problems, and that was amazing how that worked out.
But I
Started,
do know that you do have some things on your website about the angel numbers, and you have some meditations and
Oh, yeah.
visualizations on your website. Can you talk about that?
absolutely. You can go to my website. To begin with, on the homepage, there's a free visualization. Just go up there and sign up for it, and it's yours. It is a chakra clearing and protection. Chakras are your energy centers in your body, and a protection. It's 7 minutes long. You can listen to it every morning before you go to school or work and get yourself ready for the day. The clearer that you are, the easier it is for them to make connections. And along with that, there are also a number of different meditations or the visualizations that I do that include the prayers, the chakra clearing, and the actual visualization. So those that's going to be pretty amazing. So those are all, and they're like, I think $5.55 for most of them. Some of them are $3.33. Again, see that triple number thing?
And you can't,
Okay.
I've been to your classes, I've had the honor of being, I always call your place the House of Angels.
Oh, thank you.
Because I feel so welcomed and loved there, and I know that everybody that comes to the group and comes to your classes feel really great about being there. It's such a blessing. And I also want to talk about, you do group gatherings and private events and things like that. You want to talk about those?
Okay, I don't do that many private events anymore. I used to do what I called angel parties. And the only situation with angel parties is there's a lot of work, and then I have to go and set the energy in somebody else's home, because everything is about energy. So I have all of those on hold. What I do, and I love to do, is to give speeches, public speaking.
Public speaking about
Because
angels.
about angels, you got 10 minutes, I can do it 10 minutes for a group, you got, an hour that you need filled, and it can be for anything. You can be a gardening club, and I'll bring an Archangel Ariel who works with the environment.
That's
You
beautiful.
can be
Yeah.
great with all of the corporate beings. Get more productive, production out of your people by helping them to relax and do that. I can go and give visualizations, quick ones on their lunch break, and watch how everything starts going more easily at work. All of those things, those are ways that are absolutely fabulous for people. And it can be, people will first come in just to say, oh, this is kind of weird, but it gets me out of 20 minutes of work.
Mm-hmm.
And then they leave going, wow, I feel so good.
You feel so good when you just let go and allow the angels to work in your life.
Yep.
So people can get in touch with you by going to angelstalk.com.
Mm-hmm. Angelstalk.com. And that's the best way. You can also find me by emailing admin, A-D-M-I-N, at angelstalk.com.
And then it'll go right to you, and you'll get the information.
Right.
So they can ask questions, they can set up appointments, they can,
Scheduling an appointment is easy. You go to my home page and there's a little button that says schedule appointment. And it gives you exactly what I see. And you can schedule a half hour, whatever it is you need.
nice and easy, we like that.
Mhm.
So MJ, it's been a pleasure
Thank
sitting with you today and talking about the angels. Is there anything else you want people to know about you or what you do?
Mostly all I want everyone to know is that the angels are with you. They're here all the time. There's a lot of underemployed angels. Just ask.
That's very good.
Okay,
Thanks so much for being with us today, and we'll see you next time.
thanks.